Well, hello, stars. It is the Divine Mermaid Oracle, your favorite extraterrestrial. How is everyone doing on this beautiful Tuesday evening? It is Tuesday, January 7th. So I recorded, I hope everyone's doing well. I recorded a few videos. Yesterday was my I was vibrating too high and giggling too much to even attempt to record yesterday. Started the week off with a bang, and I was having these downloads. But this is what I wanted to share. A lot of BIPOC communities are going to synchronize. Now, me personally, I have incarnated as a Chinese woman many times. As a matter of fact, about a decade ago, I was doing a third eye meditation. I'm not new at this game. And I started speaking perfect Mandarin, and I also knew what I was saying, and it freaked me out a little bit, but it's happened so many times when your timelines come together so beautifully. That's one message. Another message, I had a third eye vision that Spirit had me see today. This morning, Spirit gave me a message, and then they said, no, hold off on that one. This is what I want you to talk about. A video popped up because Spirit wanted me to see it yesterday. There was a Chinese American, a group of Chinese American men, and they were talking about the ignorance in Asian communities and their disdain for African Americans, not knowing how they benefit from the civil rights movement. And they were really like, they're like, we love our people, but they have to get it together. That was a second message. Another download or message I wanted to say that they gave me today was, when I and other light workers, but particularly the 144,000, the chosen ones, okay, the angels, when we are in the spirit world doing our work, we literally carry the sun with us. And there are people who can't cross over because they haven't done enough bad, and they certainly haven't done enough good, and they have to do work and heal in order to get to them. Yes, even after you pass, your spirit, you still have to keep healing and growing. Okay? And so one of the tasks that I have is with the Asian community spiritually. And there was a Chinese lady. They told me she had to do good deeds for 5 years just to hope that she can see the light of a chosen one, because she has to live in darkness, because she did a lot of ish. This particular lady had a Chinese restaurant in the black community somewhere in the USA, and they make most of their money from black people. But she felt the need to excuse me, she felt the need to, if there was meat that was almost rotten, she would use old food. And she specifically, they would speak in Chinese, and she would say something, and they knew to prepare the old food, the food that's almost rotten. They would just add some soy sauce to it. Sometimes they spat in people's food or other things. And yes, so this particular lady, of course, the person that she would have to work with would be would be the physical representation of the people that she mistreated. That's the way karma works. okay? And she was looking at me, and she's fully realizing that everything that she did to the people in that community, that her direct descendants are having to face the karma for her misdeeds. And that's unfortunate, but yes, the sins of the mother and the father. That's the way it is. And so I was wondering because it was like we're when we're in the spirit world, I don't know how to explain it. It's like it was a book signing, and I thought I only had 3 more people in line, and I look up and it's wrapped around the corner. And but that lady stood out, and they said, yeah, she waited 5 years to see the sun, and she's finally understanding how karma works, and all the money that, and she did a lot of things. She participated in human trafficking, where she would promise, to pay for somebody's way, and then they're supposed to pay her off, but then she keeps their passport, and she pretty much treats them like shit, and she throws them in. They're telling me this is in New York, probably the Bronx, and she, they own a building, and she's a slumlord, and she pretty much keeps their check and tells them da 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 da. And some of the women, not some, a lot of the women are forced. They bring the women over. Half of them work in the restaurant, and half of them they traffic to rich Chinese, Asian men. They fly them out to Malaysia and other places, in Singapore. They're giving me this right now. So this lady, and all the money that she obviously was part of a coven, and all of the money that she acquired, her family lost it. They lost all the stuff. That's how it is. What you acquire with ill gains, you lose. So yeah, the song is "Here Comes the Sun, Pretty Baby." That's what a chosen one is. We bring light. You're either triggered by us, or you're inspired. Either way, you're gonna get mowed down if you don't mind your business. So the Chinese oh yeah, and then this is my personal story, and it's so sweet. Don't make assumptions. I'm gonna toot my horn. Doot, doot. I'm a pretty darn good driver, and I was going shopping, picking up a couple of stuff, and I don't know, he's Asian. I'm assuming he's Chinese. I used to be able to tell the difference between a Chinese, a Japanese, and a Korean person. Anyway, I'm assuming he's Chinese, and he was an older gentleman, and he was driving a very nice car. Not to say mine wasn't, but I pulled in next to him, and I noticed that he was standing on the curb. And he was just staring. He was just staring there. He didn't look menacing or anything. And I was like, I wonder why did he think I was going to hit his Porsche? I don't know. And I was like, I wonder why he did that. And so I was in a store, and I ran into him, and I asked him. I said, "Hey, I have a question for you. Were you standing there because you were worried that I would hit your car?" And he turned his head to me, like he tilted it to the side. It was so sweet. And he says, "No, not at all." He says, it was a really tough space to get into. And he says, "Number one, I was impressed you did it in one try, and your car was straight." And he said, "I was standing there in case you needed help, and you needed my help to direct you so that you could just park the car and you wouldn't have any worries." He was like, "Yeah, I was just looking out for you, and I'm happy to do it, and I can see that you're a very competent driver." I said, "Yes, I am, and thank you for doing that, and have a nice day." And people were watching us having this interaction, this Asian man and this black woman, and they were surprised, and that's very telling of the interactions that people tend to have from those two communities. But you know, I tend to have these type of experiences wherever I go. Yeah, I was on vacation one time and I danced with a rabbi. I mean, that's just the way, you know, that's the way. I'm going to pull a couple of affirmation cards. These are affirmation cards by Teresa Clark, if you're interested. I'm not paid, or this is not a paid promotion. I just like her work. And this is what God wants us to do from different communities. Communicate. All right, that's on the bottom. I'll pull up a couple. That one says lessons. Okay. All right, let's pull a couple more. Again, it's Tuesday, Jan 7th. Oh my gosh. Do you hear the bossa? I'm listening to some bossa nova. Oh my God, no pun intended. I am very, very zen. Very, very, very zen. Okay, so this is what we need to do in all of our communities. What is it? We need to, number 5, move. We have to learn lessons, okay? And we have to evolve from where we are, okay? And it's going to be good for the planet, okay? What do we need? Amore. Yes, we need love. And it's okay to meet people that look different from you, okay? It's perfectly okay. What? I'm just going to pull it. Okay, all right. I see you, God. Yes. Healing and bond. Yes, the time is now. Okay, the time is now. At least for the time being, I am not pulling any tarot or oracle. All right. Take action. And, oh, those are tarot cards. I don't want tarot cards. Oh. I want to pull an oracle. All right. Well, no, these aren't oracle cards. I just said I'm not pulling oracle. These are self-care cards. These are love notes. It's time for BIPOC communities to come together. Stop waiting for the government. Stop waiting for an ordinance. Stop waiting for it to trend on social. Okay? Start in your own communities. In your own, the first community is your family, yourself, and then your family, and then expand out. Okay? Yeah, that's the message. That's the message. Do some reflection. Oh, look at that. Do some reflection. There you go. Do some reflection and surrender to being right all the time. Okay? Put a little love in your heart. That's the beautiful message. I will be posting. I should post tomorrow, and certainly on the community board. You guys have a wonderful evening, and I will see you on the next video.